Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. Know thyself, know thy enemy. 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Be extremely subtle, even to the point of formlessness. Be extremely mysterious, even to the point of soundlessness. Thereby you can be the director of the opponent's fate. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. Invincibility lies in the defense, the possibility of victory in the attack. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. There is no instance of a nation benefiting from prolonged warfare. Pretend inferiority and encourage his arrogance. If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight, even though the ruler forbid it. If fighting will not result in victory, then you must not fight even at the ruler's bidding. All men can see these tactics whereby I conquer, but what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved. Know your enemy and know yourself, and you can fight 100 battles without disaster. He who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not, will be victorious. Regard your soldiers as your children, and they will follow you into the deepest valleys. Look on them as your own beloved sons, and they will stand by you even unto death. If your opponent is of choleric temper, irritate him. To fight and conquer in all our battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. The art of war teaches us to rely not on the likelihood of the enemy's not coming, but on our own readiness to receive him, not on the chance of his not attacking, but rather on the fact that we have made our position unassailable. The opportunity to secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. If you are far from the enemy, make him believe you are near. He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot, will be victorious. For to win 100 victories in 100 battles is not the acme of skill. To subdue the enemy without fighting is the acme of skill. The general who wins the battle makes many calculations in his temple before the battle is fought. The general who loses makes but few calculations beforehand. A good commander is benevolent and unconcerned with fame. Quickness is the essence of the war. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. The general who advances without coveting fame and retreats without fearing disgrace, whose only thought is to protect his country and do good service for his sovereign, is the jewel of the kingdom. He will win whose army is animated by the same spirit throughout all its ranks. Thus, what is of supreme importance in war is to attack the enemy's strategy. If ignorant both of your enemy and yourself, you are certain to be in peril. Balk the enemy's power, force him to reveal himself. Hence the saying, if you know the enemy and you know yourself, your victory will not stand in doubt. If you know heaven and you know earth, you may make your victory complete. The quality of decision is like the well-timed swoop of a falcon which enables it to strike and destroy its victim. There has never been a protracted war from which a country has benefited. If our soldiers are not overburdened with money, it is not because they have a distaste for riches. If their lives are not unduly long, it is not because they are disinclined to longevity. Now the reason the enlightened prince and the wise general conquer the enemy whenever they move and their achievements surpass those of ordinary men is foreknowledge. In the practical art of war, the best thing of all is to take the enemy's country whole and intact. To shatter and destroy it is not so good. Of all those in the army close to the commander, none is more intimate than the secret agent. Of all rewards, none more liberal than those given to secret agents. Of all matters, none is more confidential than those relating to secret operations. If we know that our own men are in a condition to attack, but are unaware that the enemy is not open to attack, we have gone only halfway towards victory. The good fighters of old first put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat, and then waited for an opportunity of defeating the enemy. Hence that general is skillful in attack whose opponent does not know what to defend, and he is skillful in defense whose opponent does not know what to attack. For them to perceive the advantage of defeating the enemy, they must also have their rewards. The enlightened ruler is heedful, and the good general full of caution. It is only the enlightened ruler and the wise general who will use the highest intelligence of the army for the purposes of spying, and thereby they achieve great results. It is essential to seek out enemy agents who have come to conduct espionage against you and to bribe them to serve you. Give them instructions and care for them. Thus doubled agents are recruited and used. Secret operations are essential in war, upon them the army relies to make its every move. When envoys are sent with compliments in their mouths, it is a sign that the enemy wishes for a truce. Victory usually goes to the army who has better trained officers and men. Confront them with annihilation, and they will then survive. Plunge them into a deadly situation, and they will then live. When people fall into danger, they are then able to strive for victory.